Daily market recap for Thursday, February 17th, 2022. Let's go. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for Thursday, February 17th, 2022. Let's get into it. Start out here on the Discord room. First thing I want to ask is if you like these videos, hit the like button. I appreciate it. Smash that thing for me. It'll help build the channel up. I know a lot of people would love to see this stuff, but they don't have the ability to find it because it's still growing on YouTube and social media. But I want to start in the Discord room and talk about the month-to-month typical movements of the market. We talked about typically January and February. After mid-January and mid-February, you expect profit taking. Happened in January, the second half of January. I would not be surprised if the same thing in February. But the one thing you have to be aware of, this is a year ending in two. I expect the bigger down moves to be in the summer and the fall. So at this point, the drawdown, especially larger drawdown moves, especially downside in the summer trading zones, years ending in two. This is 2022. I would just keep that in mind. I don't know if we get a big spring swing because I think at some point coming up here shortly, the Feds are going to have to, they're going to have to undo all this. They're going to have to talk about rates not going high. And we're going to talk about the TLT because in the bond market, because I predicted earlier this week that I think the bond market had peaked short term, meaning that bonds were not going to go higher in yield short term. All right, Bitcoin, if you're watching this channel, you are not surprised when we said watch this upper VAP zone if we pull back. Well, guess what? We're pulling back. We're at the 40,000 in range. I said worst case scenario, you could retest. And when I say retest the lows, anywhere around 35,000, that would not surprise me. I hope it doesn't surprise you as well because you've been following on this channel. We talked about this. You expected the test of the VAP and pull back. Now, again, could you see 35,000? Abso-freaking-lutely. Just be aware, ultimately, that this is different than regular gold. This is acted, I would say, much differently, meaning that a lot of retail have been involved in Bitcoin. Retail is not involved in gold. People have given up on gold, maybe silver, and some of the materials action. Anything that's retail, heavy, just be aware. It could take retail to the bath, not the bath, to bed. Like it could put them to sleep. I'm not saying Bitcoin's done long term. I don't believe in that, but I also do know that gold went into it took 11 years for gold to build this base and go. So could Bitcoin be in a sideways market? It could be. You never know. That's why you have stops, you have a plan, because you don't want to hold anything forever. It's just a bad idea. All right, the bond market, let's just get into it, because I said, what did I say? We filled this gap in pink, and I thought we would bounce. Everybody's bearish. The TLT, long, everyone believes rates are going higher yields. Well, guess what? Keep in mind, pretend this was the 10-year treasury. The 10-year treasury was at 1.3 something percent. It got up to, I think, 2.10, somewhere around there. That's a huge move. And so that's no different than the TLT dropping from 155 down to 135. That's 20 points. You do a math on that, it's a lot. So now, going into this, I really do think this whole war nonsense headline bonanza is just about keeping rates low. And don't be surprised if this is the bottom in rates. And we talked about this last year when rates were rising, and what happened? They bottomed when? In March, and then went higher, and TLT went higher into the summer. So I think the Feds have not lost control of the bond market yet unless the yields break way too much. Unless the yields break higher and the TLT for some reason goes lower. I'm not anticipating that because, again, this could be a dead cat bounce, but it is oversold. Bonds overbought. Oh, no, not bond. Bonds have been oversold. This as well is oversold because keep in mind, this is like a inverse reality. Why do I keep saying the bond yields, the bond market's oversold? No, it's overbought, or it's, oh God, my brain, I've been doing shit all day. yes, bond yields have gone too aggressively higher. They need to pull back, and the TLT is oversold. Jeez, that was painful. I apologize if anyone had to listen to that crap. The dollar, let's just keep it flowing. That's what we want to do at this point. I've said what? It's stuck between the 50-day, 20-day, and the 100-day. I don't really think the market gives a shit about the dollar at this point. It's just flatline. It's holding up. The VIX, what do we say? Getting back into this blue zone. We said it's OPEX, options expiration. Don't be surprised if the VIX bounce. You got your bounce. I don't know how much higher the VIX can go at this point. I think it's safe to draw a trend line. That would be my mindset. I would think somewhere around 30. Again, this whole Ukraine shit, show me evidence. I am so tired of administrations and Europe and whatever talking about something's going to happen. No one invades a country and says, hey guys, we're going to do it on February 18th at 2 o'clock. Please let us come in. We'll see you there for the battle. No, they just do what they're going to do. And it just seems so manufactured. Whatever. It's bullshit. The SPY, not a great close today. What did we talk about? If you couldn't hold, the 200-day. I mean, this hit the trend. Why does this trend line look shitty here? Let me redo it. There you go. You hit the trend line, fail. You can short it. Again, I'm not shorting it. I know I said the markets typically drop mid-February, but I am going to stick to leadership. And if you've been watching any of these videos, you know what's leading. And it's not the freaking Qs. The Qs suck ass. But be aware, the Qs are at the bottom of the trend line. They're at the bottom of this blue zone. Supports potential. I mean, your guess is as good as mine whether this breaks or not. If I'm a bear and you see this volume, that's not very convincing. Again, think of volume as conviction. You just don't have it. Let's throw the IWN there for home gamers because people keep asking about it. What do we say? Short the high. Could get to the 20-day. Well, you hit the 20-day today. I hope you took some profits. I mean, again, not all or nothing trading. You could have taken half off, a third if you anticipated going lower. At this point, in my mind, anybody who is just playing the middle of these ranges on the SPY Q or the IWM is just gambling. Get the extremes, but the intraday stuff, be careful. Just be careful. Gold. What did we say? Put out an alert. Check the history. Got to get over 175. Nice gap up. Be aware what's going on monthly. If you're not paying attention, kids, this is a cup and handle. This is 11 years in the making. When it's ready to go, get out of the way. Let it run. Are we there yet? I'm feeling like it. I mean, we still got room to get back to old highs in the $2,000 an ounce range. But I am not bearish. But people are like, oh, should I sell covered calls? What do I need to do? I'm like, you've held this long. What are you waiting for? I mean, that's the irony of like this action is like even bulls don't even believe it's going higher. And if that's the case, I've seen that before. That probably means we're going a lot higher. So just keep that in mind. Keep it in the back of your head. Again, if markets rise on the wall of worry, meaning like they just continue to go higher when no one believes it and no one is confident. Once everyone's confident something's going higher, you got to be careful. Silver breaking the pennant alert. I like the volume. Man, there's just really nothing to say. I mean, this is what I'm owning. Again, I'm not shorting the market, but I own the miners, I own the metals, I own materials. Like, I'm sitting pretty comfortable. GDX, I own Nugget. We talked about this son of a biscuit, buying it down in this 29-30 range. If you bought the Nugget down there with Dad and his friends in the 40s, low 40s, man, you're freaking sitting pretty, man. Could you sell calls up here? I mean, I guess. I don't know. I think there's a lot of room. It's just be careful. I mean, I'm not going to overthink it at this point. The GDXJ. I guess that's how you pronounce it. I'm just kidding. Higher highs. Could it be an exhaustion gap? That was a good question. Anything is possible. I mean, but could it also be just a continuation gap? I mean, ultimately, you have to know what's best for you. I mean, I'm not selling covered calls. I'm not even actually really paying attention. I've been doing some deals with friends because I feel very comfortable with the stuff. Now, if it pulls back and someone goes, oh, you should have sold covered calls, I'm like, dude, all right, whatever. Got in near the low. I love when I resort to saying, dude. Yeah, Barrett Gold, we talked about this buyout, breaking, taking out the range highs. I apologize. I don't have it drawn. Once you took this out, Look at the volume. Again, look at the volume. The volume matters. That is a sign of conviction. Let me get this sucker going because it is clearly breaking out. And it broke out. I mean, that's bullish, man. You can't be bearish. Remember I talk about wanting to see volume to confirm a breakout? Well, here you go, folks. If you can't see it, I'm going to draw it for you. That's the oh, good God. That was ugly. That's the volume. Let's see if the square will work today. Yeah, here you go. That's the volume. Oh, Jesus. I hope people can see that. Like, that's the kind of shit you're looking for. So leave it alone. I mean, it's been, I mean, look at the big picture. If you're ever unsure, just notice. We talked about the 50-month on all of this stuff. I mean, look at the GDXJ. We talked about the monthly. I'm sorry to bounce around, but we said just, it's riding the channel lows. Look what happened last time, channel low. Went to a channel high, channel low, break the downtrend. You got big potential here. Don't overtrade this shit, man. AM, speaking of volume or action, sorry. Speaking of volume and action, sorry, the monthly just, bleh. Here you go. Let's draw in the squares that just don't fit. There you go, boom. Breaking the downtrend, look at the volume. Just let it freaking run. Coming off the lows. Again, if this was big volume at the highs, I'd be way more nervous. If it was volume up here at 74, I'm nervous. Down here at 48, 49, 50, 51, no. I am not nervous. I am confident. I am aggressively confident. AG, what do we talk about? Buy this in the 9s and the 10s. Check the history on this channel. We were just yelling and screaming, buy this. Came back down, and then look what happened. Now you're up 20-something%. That's not a bad trade. If you're owning any other part of the market and it's returning that well, congratulations. This is definitely what I would call relative performance. PAAS, same thing. Buying in the 21s looks good. Get over the 100-day. I don't really like that it doji today, but it is options expiration. I could see a little bit of sloppy choppy crap tomorrow. I mean, it is OPEX. Let's get into materials because, again, this is what I'm buying down here, and it's trying to break out, but it's not breaking out. But one of the things that you say is at this point is it looks way better than the Qs, the NASDAQ, or the IWM. VALE pull back today, and what we say, watch the 20-day. You hit the 20-day. Even the trend line might be in play, but if you, we were talking about in the Discord room, if you're buying in the mid-16s, probably not a bad trade. It's a nice, clear uptrend. I mean, it blew out of this channel. Could it blow below it? 16. I mean, set your stop at 16. I mean, I think this thing, zoom out, mon frere. I mean, this thing has a lot of room to run. And if you get back into olden times, it was in the 40s. So I don't know. I like something in the 16. Maybe it gets to 100. Who knows? Hold on. Yeah. CCJ is another one I like. I mean, I know it pulled back today, but look at we talked about it. It said the 100-day was a little issue. We said that candle up there was a hammer and did not look good, but am I really that worried? I'm buying at the channel. We were buying at the channel lows in the 18s and 19s. I mean, you're dealing with profits versus losses. I mean, hold winners, sell losers. Now, if it was down in 17, you should probably be gone. And speaking of losers, let's go into the tech land because I keep trying to warn people that you just got to stay away. These things have ran their course. AMD, upper trend line, head and shoulders top here. 200-day, again, if you're a bull, hold the 200-day. I mean, this trend line doesn't even matter at this point. I mean, I don't even know. I like to try to clean up charts with trend lines, but maybe that's the trend line. I don't know. Maybe this is the trend line. Whatever. I mean, I'm trying to draw it what I think it could be. And at this point, it just seems to be making lower highs and lower lows. So will a new lower low come? I don't know. I'll show you the monthly. You tell me what you want to do. This thing was like a single digit stock. It ran up to $1.70. You want to hold this forever and hope it goes higher? Maybe. I mean, again, do the odds. Run the odds here. The odds are not in your favor unless it gets bought out. Running solo, always competition. Competition is always coming. Just don't ever forget that, man. Just don't. Put that in your brain. Don't ever forget it. Okay. Apple, what have we said? This little range high, 176, fail. It's been holding the 168s at the 20-day right now. Again, this doesn't really look bullish or bearish. It's holding high and tight. Use the levels. Clearly, if it breaks 167, it's bearish. If it gets over 176, it's bullish. At this point, I don't know. I still think monthly Apple with its dividend and its huge buyback could probably get to the monthly channel highs. That makes sense to me, but I mean, again, if you trade long enough, you're going to be wrong. Could I be wrong? Abso-freaking-lutely. Let's get into MicroStrategy, because what do we say? Watch the 20-day. I'd be willing to bet that at this point we'll probably touch it. Watch the trend line. If Bitcoin's going lower, MicroStrategy has a little issue. Let's try to speed this up. Roblox, we put on alert saying, hey, double bottom, long candle, no follow through. Watch 53, 55, because it could be an absolutely freaking steel downhill if it's about to go for a ride. RIVN, we said this one's a little confusing in that watch the trend line. It had a big up day today. I think the earnings are coming. I don't know. I just don't care about it that much. I just talk about it because I need to talk about tech. No, not really. I know it looks interesting over the 20-day. I mean, there is a trade here. It's just, you can tell by my attitude and my tone, like tech is just like, man, I'll tell you when I think it's really bottom. I just don't think it's bottoming. Again, 20-day on Tesla, and here comes 200-day. It just seems logical, and maybe it doesn't, but even then, I mean, these trades are underperforming. I mean, put VALE up against this, put United States Steel up since this, put gold up against it, put silver, put the GDXJ, put Nugget. They're all blowing the freaking, they're blowing away these tech holds. And so if you're holding tech, I don't know. I don't really know what to tell you. Penn Gaming. Oh, I always say Benjamin. Sounds like Benjamin. We're at the trend line. At this point, in these trend lines, when you draw them and you're just kind of guessing, they're not as important as the real trend, which will ultimately show up. However, it is holding. Keep that in mind. UTHR, again, going nowhere fast. Watch the trend, watch the breakout. It's really that simple. EXPI, yeah, not surprised that this got hit when it hit the 50-day. Now watch the 20-day. Real simple. Let's end it on oil. XOP, I've said get over 113. If not, it could be choppy, sloppy, choppy. Yeah, it is what it is. Need to take out 113. Seems very obvious. ExxonMobil, we'll end it there. Talked about this one for a while, that I thought it had completed its move. It did an ABC pattern, Gartley pattern. If you don't know what that is, Google it. It was due to pull back. Again, mid low 70s. I like it. Remember, this is Exxon freaking Mobil. This is a dinosaur. This stock is older than the stock market. Pretty sure this was started trading, one of the first stocks that ever traded, and it's old. And so when it moves, it moves. Keep in mind, like, I think how far back will the monthly actually go on ExxonMobil in these charts? I've never done that. Keep in mind, this is an old stock. Wow. Back to the 60s and 70s. Well, keep in mind, oil's gone up a ton. Again, you're invalidating a Head and Shoulders top. I do think it's bullish in time. You cannot go to electrical without a plan, and we don't have a plan, so gasoline and gas probably goes higher. Keep it simple. Again, I appreciate you guys. If you like what you see, please subscribe. Check out the Discord room. Please smash the like button. If you've gone this far and you have not smashed the like button, I'm going to come through the computer and smash you.
Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.